When I was really young, I experienced substance abuse in my family from my father and my mother. At a very early age, I found out that that could get me through the troubled times. I abused it, and later on in life, I found there was a solution, and I got some help. So that's what brought me to school.
I've been in the United States for 5 years. I came here because I wanted to learn English, and it was hard for me to leave what I had and come here and learn a different culture. My goal here was to learn English. And once I was ready to take college classes, I felt that a dream was coming true.
I grew up in a very chaotic household. I moved 14 times in 10 years when I was a kid. Was never out of school for more than 2 years at a time. It was a very challenging time, and we were constantly moving house to house, Section 8, getting evicted, things like that, always moving. And so that in itself was chaotic. Being an impoverished family was chaotic, going to the food bank all the time for food, that kind of thing.
It came to a point in time that I didn't want to do it anymore, but I just didn't know how not to do it. I was in a treatment center, and this guy, he came in, he was carrying the message of recovery, and he just made it sound so good, you know, that you didn't have to live life, you know, doing the same thing over and over again. And there was a way out, you know, and I just believed it. It was a hope for me. It was a prayer for me. It was like something that I could use to work my way out of that vicious cycle. And it just kind of opened up a door for me, so to speak. You know, a light came on, and I was like, yeah, I can use that.
When my dad had a heart attack, I was taking classes here in Seattle Central. And I had to go to Mexico. And once I was there, my dad told me, you know what, I promise you I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna take my medicine, but I want you to keep going, and you are also doing a good job in school. I'm very proud, and you have a scholarship, and I don't want you to lose that. After a year, my dad died, and he always encouraged me to study. He never studied. He didn't know how to read or how to write. It was like a dream for him to see me having that life. And I think that's something that encourages me to keep going.
I was raised primarily by my mother. My father was in and out of the picture. I've never been pushed to excel in a scholastic sense until I pushed myself. From then on, it's just ramped up, but it's all through my own motivation. I am actually really appreciative of having grown up in hardship and chaos. I realized that the next step for me was to go to school and pursue something that would help me affect the change that I want to see happen in the world. And I knew that it was the right time, and Seattle Central turned out to be the right place.
Winning the scholarship has been truly a blessing and an honor for me. It's like a crowning achievement for me. It puts me in the position to where I'm kind of like expected to do good. So that's kind of like my inspiration. It's a kind of motivating factor that I've found has proven to be most effective.
This scholarship has changed my life in many ways. It means a lot because it helps me reach my goals. I happen to be the spokesperson, but there are many stories out there of students that have been positively impacted by the scholarship and the work of the foundation office.
Without the foundation, there are a lot of students who wouldn't be able to go to school at all. They'd have to drop out for various reasons, myself being one of them. So supporting the foundation supports people who really need the extra funding to enable them to continue on with their education and do the things that they know they're meant to do in their life.
Seattle Central Community College Foundation, inspiring hope,
creating opportunity,
and achieving success.
This scholarship means that my dreams are not only mine. Many people are around me, and they are involved in my education and in my dreams. When I leave Seattle Central, it doesn't end there. It's gonna keep going.